In this video, we'd like to outline some of the options and the buttons, some of the settings available within the KipwareTP toolpath plotting software. First thing I'd like to do is open up a G-code program that we have. And you can see when we load the program, the first place it goes is in the plot box. And the plot box is a direct plot to what's on the screen. There's two things available for editing programs in TP. One is the plot box and one is the KipwareTP editor. The program file is actually in the editor. Any changes that you make, you'd have to save the file and then reload the file for those to take effect. But you can make changes automatically in the plot box, and that will be reflecting on the screen here. There's a couple of things we'd like to talk about as far as the settings go. So the first thing you do when you get the software is open it up and maybe make some of the settings more attributable to your machine. Obviously you can change from inch to metric. You can change the color of the canvas, which is the gray background behind me here. You can change the color of linear moves, rapid moves, and circular moves using the color palettes that are here. For turning settings, you can change the software to read either diameter or radius for the x-axis. You can change the arc centers from absolute to incremental, and you can change the program format here in the settings file as well. For milling, wire EDM, and water jet settings, the setting is basically whether the arc centers are absolute or incremental. And there's two ways that you can save the settings. You can save the settings, which is a permanent setting, or you can set them temporarily. Setting them temporarily will make those settings available while the software is open. Once you close the software and come back and open it again, whatever is in the saved settings portion will automatically be reloaded. So you can set them temporarily and you can also set them permanently. There's a couple of display options here. The display option is to turn zooming on and off. You can set the screen zero location using this icon, and then you can clear the screen using the final icon here. Depending on what type of a program you're going to plot is which icon you'd hit up here. One of the icons here is a stock display. So if I give my upper left corner as, let's say, -4 in X and +4 in Y, and then maybe make the stock 8 inches in length and 6 inches in width with the 250 radius. You can also make round stock, and you can also load a DXF file. So if you have a DXF file of the part that you want to machine, you can load that and it would become the background, and then you could plot over that. Once you've decided what you want to do, you can hit one of the buttons here to display whichever stock model you'd like to display. In our case, we made a square stock, so we're going to hit this square stock model, and you can see that we have an outline on the screen here of that square stock model. If I want to load a DXF file, I can use this, and then I can hit display DXF stock, and I have my DXF on the screen. One thing that's always available while you're on the screen is dragging the part, and basically what happens is you hold down the left mouse button, put the mouse where you want it, and then lift up, and you'll drag the part along the screen. If you want to zoom, then you can turn the zoom on, and as you scroll the mouse, the stock or the plot will get bigger or smaller. So once you start zooming, you'll notice that the icon changes to a double arrow to notify you that the zooming is on. You can hit the button again and that will turn zooming off. If you scroll the mouse, then nothing is going to happen. If you want to set the screen zero location using the hand icon, basically turn it on, you'll get a hand icon on the screen. Wherever you double click the finger will be the 00 location. So in our case here, if we do this, you can see that the 00 location is somewhere over here on this particular part. If you want to clear the screen, you can do it with just this button. So I'm going to put some square stock up in here. I'm not really sure what this program is. Actually, I believe this program is the DXF file, so I'm going to load the DXF file. A couple of ways that you can plot the program. This icon turns single block on and off just like it does on the CNC machine, so it'll block one block at a time. You'll have to hit a button to make the next block plot. The other one is optional stop. So as the software goes through the program, when it reads the MO1 in the program, if the optional stop button is on, it'll stop, give you the option to clear the screen and maybe start replotting again. Also, we have a block delete, just like in the machine, so anything that has a slash in front of the line, you wouldn't be able to plot it. You can slow the plot down to 50% by choosing this icon, or you can get it really slow by choosing this icon, which is 10%. You can turn the tool on and off. So what we have here is if we turn the tool on, the diameter of the tool comes into play now. The size of the tool comes into play, so I can type any size tool that I want in here, and then when the software plots the program, it'll automatically plot the tool size as well. In this particular setting, you can set the height of the z-axis, the z-vision. So here we're setting a +1 as the top and -1 as the bottom. You can see that the z-vision records +1 at the top, -1 at the bottom. But if you need more room, or you want less room in here to see the z-axis motion, you can change it through this particular setting here. Now let's go through and do a plot and show you how it works. So what we're going to do is we're going to hit the milling icon, because this is a milling program. And you can see that the toolpath is plotting on the screen. There's no tool involved. If we want to get the tool involved, we just stop it, turn the tool on, and I don't know what size tool is in the program, but I'm going to set this at 250 and then replot the toolpath. So now I can see the tool going around the part. Obviously it's a little big, going over the size of the pockets, but we can adjust the size of the tool using the icon here. Also, if we want to zoom it in, if you want to zoom into a particular place, we can obviously do that. You can make the whole plot fit on the screen. I'm going to shut the tool off here, and we're going to key in on the Z-vision on the right hand side of the screen so that we can see the tool plotting here at the depth that it's at is at the top, showing us that it's 1, 2, -200, and then up. Excuse me, we can do it also as a single block. So if I hit this, if I hit any key, as I'm pressing the keys on the keyboard, we're going one block at a time. This is pretty useful when you're using the Z-vision, because you can see the depth of the tool. We can stop it at any time if we hit the F12 button. Also, we have the ability to clear the screen at the same time. So these are the plot controls on the left hand side. We have the plotting options at the top, and then the display options also at the top. Also, you'll notice in this yellow box here that as the program runs, everything that the program is doing is being recorded and shown on this particular areas of the screen. So whether we're in absolute or incremental, whether we're rapiding or feeding in the position. It goes by a little fast when you're not using single block, but when you use single block and you want to check a particular position, you can use this box in here to check the coordinates. Also, we have the editor, so you can come in here and you can open the editor at any time. I'm just going to go through the plot box here and show you how this makes a direct link to the screen. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take out this tool. Well, I don't know. These are the pockets. So what we're going to do is this is just a regular editor, so I'm going to mark this and delete it. And now I'm going to plot the screen. And you can see now that the only thing we plotted was around the part. Just do it again with the tool turned on. If I touch the editor, if I go into the editor, you can see that I've made changes to the file, and it's reflected in the editor as well, but I haven't saved the file. So if I were to get out of the software, or if I was to come back in and reload that file that I had, you'll see that nothing's changed in the file. We still have all the pocketing in here. So what we can do is you can make changes to the file directly in the plot box, and then if you need some additional changes, some more power, you can open up in the editor, and then you can make additional changes there. But the editor is a reflection of what's happening in the plot box. We'll go into the editor a little bit more in another video, show you some of the features and options available in the editor. You can create your programs from scratch right in the editor, plot them to the screen. So KipwareTP is it's a companion application to our Kipware Conversational, but it's also a nice application as a standalone application so that you can create your programs and do some plotting directly from KipwareTP. A couple other icons at the top of the screen. This one opens up the editor. So you can open up the editor here, or either open the KipwareTP editor here. Obviously you can save the file, so if you make a change in the plot box, you can save the file directly here. If you open up the editor, you can save that file in the editor. And this is the trash can, which closes everything. So it's kind of a down and dirty explanation of how KipwareTP works. We'll have some additional videos that will outline some of the other things like the editor, as well as doing some program creation from scratch and some plotting from scratch.